Well, good evening. Last time we talked about Matthew chapter 1, verse 1, um, the book of the Genosios, the generations of Jesus anointed. And last time we um, were talking about how this points back to Genesis 2, verse 4, which speaks of the generations of the heavens and the earth. Now we're looking at verse 18, and it reads as follows: Tu de Jesu Christu he genesis autos ein. Now the birth of Jesus the Anointed, took place in this way. And here Genesis is again with one nun. And I think the translation is quite correct. It's birth, and the backing for this is this one nun gen word looks back to Yeled, birth, begetting, generations. And I just wanted to point out something that you probably already figured out. In Matthew 1, we have two Genesis, or two birth narratives, two creation stories, just like in Genesis, where we have two creation stories. So here again, we find further evidence suggesting that Matthew is looking back to the creation story of Genesis. However, I wanted to suggest to you that Matthew is himself following the prophets. Specifically, I think following Isaiah and others, but Isaiah primarily. And those prophets, Isaiah, for instance, teach him that the advent of the Messiah is the new creation. So he is, as it were, being led by the hand by Isaiah to look back to Genesis. So this is not an unmitigated, it's not a direct look back at Genesis, but rather a look back at Genesis directed by the prophets, and I would say primarily Isaiah. So I hope this might help you, might raise certain questions in your mind, certain avenues for research as you do your sermons, as you study the Bible. God bless.